We have to stop going back to the people that we cut off. We have to stop going back there, and let's remind ourselves we cut certain people off and we cut certain people out of our lives for a reason. We cut certain people out of our lives for a reason. And here's the thing, full disclaimer, I do understand and I do believe that people change. I do. But I think you will know that someone's changing based on their actions over time. You'll know it because you feel it. But I'm talking about the person that you cut off and you are allowing them back in your life, or maybe you want them back in your life and they have not made any changes. But there are so many people that you cut out of your life and they want to come back in your life, maybe out of familiarity, maybe because being with you is comforting, maybe because they actually truly do love you and want to be back with you. Who knows? Whatever reason, they have their reasons as to why they want to come back in your life, but it is up to you on whether or not you want to allow it. And sometimes, family, you got to get real serious with yourself and ask yourself, do I want this person back in my life because I cut them off for a reason? Because sometimes taking these people back requires us to be lesser versions of ourselves. And for many of us, we want closure. We want to know, why did they leave? Why did they walk out? Why did they do the things that they did? Why did I have to cut them off? I cut them off because they did this, or she did that, or he did this, and you're still wanting closure. So a lot of times, family, when people want to come back in your life, you're leaving that door open just a little bit so you can hear their side of the story. Maybe time has passed and you want to see and know what's going on. But family, we can't always get that closure that we're seeking. Sometimes the thing that we're looking for, we have to move on from. Sometimes that thing that we're looking for in them, that closure that we want to find in them, we have to accept the fact that we just might not get the closure that we need. So we have to make a conscious decision to stop going back to the people that we cut off and to stop allowing these people back in our lives. And here's why. Sometimes when we go back to the people that we cut off, old patterns resurface. And y'all know what I mean by old patterns. Just the way y'all used to do things out of comfort, out of familiarity, the way you guys communicated with each other, the things that you did on a day-to-day. And I know sometimes some of that stuff may be good, but a lot of times, family, things aren't good. They're just familiar. Things aren't good. They're just familiar. But the reality is there are so many underlying issues that cause the relationship to end that have not been addressed. Underlying issues that have not been fixed, that haven't been changed for the better. And so when we go back into these situations and there's all these unresolved issues, it hurts. And I do understand that familiarity in a relationship feels good, right? When you go back to the person that you feel you know or that knows you, that provides some comfort. But family, a lot of times that can mask the true issues that really happen in the relationship and as to why you had to cut that person off in the first place. And like I said, these unresolved issues resurface when we don't take the time to heal. And when you come back into a situation that you cut off, here comes these unresolved issues. Here come these old patterns. Here come the way that you used to do things. You truly believe, man, this person changed or this person is different. And as time goes on, you're like, yo, I don't think this person changed. I don't think there's anything different in this relationship than the last one. And now you start to question yourself. And then that leads to unhealthy dynamics. Now y'all back to where you used to be. Now she's controlling you again, manipulating the situation. Now he's doing all the things that he did that led to you cutting him off. And it's like, yo, what am I doing? I'm recreating unhealthy dynamics in my situation. And a lot of times, family, you have moved on. A lot of us have healed, moved on from those bad situations, became better person, are in better situations, better environments, just to go back to that unresolved issues, just to go back to those issues of manipulation, reinfect ourselves, re-hurt ourselves when we were on our way to healing. So you have to be very careful when you consider allowing people back in your life that you cut off, because they can come right back with their same tactics. And family, here's the thing. Like I said earlier, I do believe that people change. I really, really do. But sometimes, family, people don't change and people remain who they are. And so a lot of times there's a lack of personal growth. That person didn't change. A lack of accountability. That person still hasn't held themselves accountable for what they did to you. And then a fear of loneliness. Family, a lot of these people went out here looking for a new man to run the same game on, but it didn't work. These people are not putting up with that foolishness that you were putting up with because you're so kind and loving. These people went out there and realized quickly that they can't play those games on somebody new. Or maybe they got gamed themselves. So they're coming back to you because they're like, yo, this is the best person I've ever had. This is the best situation I've ever had, and I want them back. So we got to be careful when people come back in our lives. And a lot of us are in that energy of, oh, she gonna go out there. She gonna see that I'm the best thing she ever had. She gonna come back crawling to me. Okay, and what if she does? Then what? What if she comes back? Then you accept her back, then what? Then what? You appease your ego because it feels good that they came back. No, sometimes people don't come back because they feel like they were wrong. They came back for the opportunity. And if you're giving them another opportunity to utilize you as an opportunity, you're going to get your feelings hurt again, family. So we can't continue to settle for less than ideal situations when these individuals want to come back in our lives. Another reason why we have to stop going back to the people that we cut off is because the disrespect continues. Now they think that they can come back and talk to you any kind of way. They did something so damaging to you. They violated you so badly, but because you forgave them in a short period of time and because you took them back, they respect you less. Because in their minds, they can go out and do whatever it is that they want to do. And you are right there, arms wide open to accept them back. And we have to teach people how to treat us on every single occasion. And we cannot allow people to run rampant in our lives, to spin the block on us and feel like they can always come back because we're going to accept them back. So when they come back, family, after we cut them off and got a little bit of strength, when they come back, the disrespect starts. They start treating you any kind of way, talking to you like you're crazy, any type of way. And you cannot accept that, not in this season of your life, not when you're moving forward and growing. You can't accept that treatment from these people, period. Because if the tables was turned, they wouldn't accept that from you. So you can't accept that treatment from these individuals. And I learned, family, this is very hard to accept, but a lot of times people want to come back in your life so they can recreate the narrative the way they want to. So they can tell the story the way they want to. They want to come back in your life so they can finish the job. So they can be the one to say they cut you off, that you didn't cut them off. So they can come back in your life and create the story the way they want the story to go, which ends with them hurting you, with them destroying you so that they can run and tell their story. And we can't always allow that to happen. And I'm not saying that's what all people do, but I am saying that that is what some people do. Because their egos are so great. They can't believe that someone cut them off. They never thought that you were going to let them go. They thought that they can do whatever they wanted to do in your life forever. They thought that they can run rampant. No, that's not how that goes. Because sometimes people take your kindness for your weakness. And because you were oh so nice to these people, oh so kind, gave everything that you had, helped them out, took care of their family, their kids, their finances. They took you for granted because gratitude turns to expectation real quick when people start devaluing you and start to not respect you. So now they want to come back. They want to come back. And now they're coming back with the disrespect because in their mind, I got him. I got her. So sometimes, family, you have to teach people on all occasions how to treat you. So we have to work really hard at keeping our self-respect intact. And we can't always allow individuals to come and spin the block on us and come back in our lives after we cut them off because they saw it. And another reason, family, that we can't always accept people back in our lives after we cut them off is because they see that you're doing better without them. I promise y'all they see it. Everybody sees it. They all see it. When those people were removed from your life, you look better than ever. I'll wait. Some of y'all look better than ever because you did the work. You did the work. You put the time in. Some of y'all went and got therapy. Some of y'all really went and said, what part did I play in this story? How can I right my wrongs? And how can I be a better individual for myself, for the world, for my family, for society? Y'all really sat there and made the changes that you needed to make. And now these people that you cut out your life, they see it. And then they went out there and thought that they could find it, but they could not. because everyone is not on what you're on, and everyone is not doing what you're doing. And like I say all the time, why wouldn't they want to come back? Who doesn't want to be close to the sun? I'll wait. Who doesn't want to be? You are the sun. Who doesn't want to be a part of a winning team? Who doesn't want to be a part of someone that shines so bright? So of course they want to come back after you cut them off because they see what you're doing. I learned that sometimes when you remove a person out of your life shoots up. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody left your life or you removed someone out of your life and the minute they were gone, things started getting better for you? Those lucky breaks started coming. The right people started coming in your life. You started feeling better about yourself. You were in better situations with new and different outcomes and better versions and better people, better situations. All because you got to square out your circle. And that really matters, family, when these people see that now you've moved on without them and they can't believe it. They can't even believe it that you moved on without them. Because in a lot of cases, family, these individuals did not believe that you would leave. They literally thought that you were going to stay there and accept the disrespect over and over again. But family, at the end of the day, you have to find a sense of self-worth and self-value. And so many of you got to the point and you're like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this anymore. And so that's why you cut them off. So sometimes when people want to come back in our lives and we're having nostalgia and we're thinking about all the nice and great things that we've done with these individuals, you have to remember why you cut them off in the first place. So now they want to come back in your life because they see how good you're doing. They see the energy. They see the vibe you're on. They see how your life shot up without them. And now they want a part of that. And everybody doesn't deserve to walk with you. Everyone doesn't deserve to go to that next level with you. Because family, these people have never met another person like you. They went out there and they tried. They tried their very, very best. And they have never met another person like you. Not like you. Not doing the things that you're doing. When he left you, he thought that he could do better. And then he realized quickly that you were the prototype. When she left you, that man that she's with is not you. It behooves me. I do not understand why people have the greatest blessings in their life and they think that they can throw it away and have better. Because that doesn't work that way. Not when you do a good person wrong. It doesn't work that way. And another reason why we have to stop going back to the people that did us wrong is the emotional scars, yo. A lot of these people are leaving emotional scars in you. And now you got to start rethinking and reinfecting yourself with all the negative things that they did to you. You start thinking about how things played out. So now you were on your way to real good healing and you reinfected yourself. Now you rip the Band-Aid off. Now the pain comes back. Now you're thinking about and playing out in your mind how they hurt you and what they did to you. And again, let me say this so I can be very clear. I do believe that people change. And in some cases, it is worth it if you want to make an old relationship work. It really, truly is. But you have to really utilize your discernment, family. Because if a person is coming back in your life unchanged, not doing anything new and different in their lives, same old tactics, same old games, why do they want to come back in your life? Is it because they love you? I'll wait. Is it because they care? Because if they cared about you and loved you, then they would do the things to fix themselves, to heal themselves. So why are they coming back in your life? To play games? And again, you have to teach people how to treat you. And I'm not saying this just to say it. I'm saying it because I lived it. Sometimes when a person walks out of your life and devalues you, right? And they see this new you, this new energy you're on, this new version of self, they can't just walk back into your life because at the end of the day, they're going to have to reintroduce themselves to you because you're not even the same person. So I don't know what they thought when they thought they were coming back because you're not even the same you. And that's the type of energy that you have to be on, knowing that you cut this person out of your life and now you're on the second level, the third level, the fifth level of a better version of yourself. Who are they to think they can just easily walk back in? Because they cannot. And sometimes when we reunite with these individuals, so many things happen that we didn't prepare for. Like we still have unmet needs. They're still not meeting your needs. They're still not doing the things that they promised you that they would do. And then we have unrealistic expectations because here we are idealizing the relationship, thinking about how things could have been, the little bit of good that you had in that whole relationship, the few things that y'all did when you spent holidays together and you didn't feel alone. Family, they come back in your life and you start to quickly realize that things have not changed, because I learned that time has to pass. Enough time for both individuals to heal, you and them. Time has to pass for you to find yourself and be the best version of yourself and learn from the things that you could have done right in that relationship or done differently in that relationship. And they need that time to heal too. But because it's so comforting to be back with the person that we know, because it's so comforting to be with what we think is good to us, remember, good is not always good. Good could just be familiar. And so now they come back in our lives and it caused more emotional scars, more hurt, more pain to us than we realize, and more than we wanted to deal with. And here's the thing. If you know that you've been working on yourself, if you know that you've been working hard to be a better person and a better individual, doesn't it not feel good when that person come back in your life and now you're stressed? You're thinking about them. Every time they pick up their phone, you wondering who they texting. Every time they leave out the house, you wondering where they're going. Family, that is not healing. And that is not you being a healed version of self. That is you and your intuition probably telling you that something about this ain't right. And that maybe I need to heal a little bit more. And maybe I need to leave that person where they are. And enough time needs to pass to where I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm in a good, healthy place. And I'm in a good emotional frame to where I can deal with the person that I cut off. Because it may feel so good in the beginning, but family, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it gets really hard. It gets really, really hard. And that emotional scarring is just not something that you need in this season. Not when you're trying to grow. Not when you're trying to be better, not when you're trying to do better, and not when you're trying to become a better person. You don't need it. Because in this season, you do not need to be disappointed any more than you already have. You don't need anything to distract you, to deter you from following your goals and dreams that you set for yourself when you got this person out of your life. Or maybe you moved on and you're dealing with an entirely new person. You don't need that negative energy coming into your new stuff. So really think about it. When you cut this person off and now they want to come back in your life, why do they want to come back? Because you're seeing and they're showing you signs that nothing has changed. So what do you think the outcome would be, right? But because you're so nice, loving, and kind, and you want to give everyone a second chance and a new opportunity to do something differently, sometimes we tend to forget what the person did to us in the beginning that caused us to even get to that point where we had to cut them off. So in conclusion, family, I want you to really, really think about why you want that person back, why you want to allow them back in your life after you cut them off. Think about where you are now. Do you feel good without them being in your life? And I'm not talking about feelings of sometimes I'm sad, maybe I miss them, I remember the things we used to do. You are human. But I'm saying overall in your life, in the different areas in your life that were negatively impacted by them, do you feel good not having that in your life? Not dealing with the pain and the stress of them. Not always having to constantly worry about where a person is, what the person is doing. I can't believe they hurt me like this. Now I'm down financially dealing with them. How do you feel knowing that you are able to get your life in order and intact without their interference? Ask yourself that, because I learned, family, real talk, that old habits die hard. And for people to truly change, it takes not just an act of God, but true work. And can you honestly say to yourself that this person has done the work? Have they shown you over time that they have done the work to better themselves? And if they have, that's great. Wonderful. I'm happy. I'm all for healthy and great relationships. I love relationships. But truly ask yourself, is this person coming back into my life going to cause more stress to me, more frustration, me feeling like I'm living in bondage, dealing in lack? Or is this person coming back in your life going to be a healthy and effective thing for you and your future and your family? And one of the reasons you probably cut them off is because of all of the emotional turmoil they were bringing in your life. And so now that they've been out of your life, a lot of that emotional turmoil is gone. You're not even dealing with that. You get to wake up and be happy. You get to wake up and feel healed. And again, I'm not saying you may not have feelings or thoughts or miss this person, but you have you back. You have a sense of self back. You have some power back that you can be happy, make decisions, and live your life the best way that you can. And now you're a better version of yourself all the time. Now you're a better version in a better situation, in a better place. And now they want to come back and circle the block. Do you want them back in your lives? Are you ready to deal with that emotional turmoil? And then ask yourself this: are you losing time? Is this going to be lost time? You reinvested in this person, doing more with this person just to find out that they didn't change? Now you're going to be mad at yourself, hard on yourself because you sat there and gave someone a chance that may not have deserved it. So again, reinfecting ourselves with the pain of yesterday, reinfecting ourselves when dealing with individuals that probably were not worthy to get a second chance in your life anyway. You cut them off for a reason. What was that reason? And a lot of times I remember when years ago I was going through a breakup. And I remember just so sad. And I was thinking about all the good times that we shared and all the things we did and all the places that we went. And I'm like, yo, what about the time when this person did that to me? What about the time when they hurt me? What about the time when they played in my face and made me cry? And when I started thinking about the true things that they really did to me, all those nostalgic feelings went away real quick. So remind yourself, family, what detrimental things has this person done in your life? And are they deserving of you? Are they deserving of you giving them an opportunity to come back in your life? And are you compromising your standards? Are you allowing a person to come back in your life and every single moment you're chipping away at your self-worth? Chipping away at your feelings, sad and mad at yourself that you're taking them back. Is it worth it, family? I want you to ask yourself all those questions. And like I said, and I'm going to say it again, so many people are deserving of a second chance. But then there are ones that are not. And you have to be able to discern the difference. And you have to go within and ask yourself and weigh the pros and the cons. This person coming back in my life, how does it make my current life better? This new version of self, am I even the person that would choose them today? If I just met them today, would I choose them? Because a lot of times, family, when we're in relationships with people for a long period of time, this new version of self wouldn't even choose them. So ask yourself, would I choose that same person today? And if your answer is no, then maybe you don't need them to come back in your life. But we have to remember that we cut people off for a reason. And when we're moving forward in our lives, making strides in our lives, we have to protect our minds and guard our hearts and only allow people in our inner circle and in our lives that are peace protectors and worthy of coming that next mile with us and worthy of moving forward, and not people that we have to babysit and we have to raise. That's what we do with children. We don't need to do that with adults, family. And you have to guard and protect your heart, because at the end of the day, when people come back in your lives to take what they want to take, they leave and you're left with you. And you don't need any more brokenness. I get it. Life happens. Things happen. But as much as you can protect and guard yourself from being hurt. Get them squares out your circle and understand that you cut many people off for a reason. And if they're not coming back showing you that they've changed over time, doing the things to prove that they're a different person over time, I want you to really think about if that's who you want in your life. Stay inspired. And by the way, I want to say thank you all for watching my videos, for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. My channel is growing. I started YouTube with the intention of just sharing the many lessons that I learned along the way. And I'm so happy to see that it's resonating with so many people. I hope you have a good day. Stay inspired.